Hello and welcome back to the FC's Football channel and today's edition of Premier League Preview. Now, of course, in last week's fixtures, Manchester City went 10 points clear at the top of the Premier League table, beating Spurs and Everton. Liverpool, of course, lost again, this time to Leicester City 3-1. And West Brom held Manchester United to a 1-0 draw. Anyway, let's get into this week's fixtures. Wolves versus Leeds. Now, these teams are only separated by 2 points this season, with Leeds sat in 11th and Wolves sat in 12th. In the reverse fixture, Wolves ran away 1-0 victors. However, I don't think Wolves are playing at the level they were in that fixture. I think they lack a goal threat without Raul Jimenez. They really miss the Mexican international. And I think Leeds will probably just about steal this one. I think both teams are good. Wolves aren't quite at the level they can be and should be. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Leeds win. Southampton versus Chelsea. Now, since Thomas Tuchel has taken over, Chelsea have looked fantastic. Southampton have fallen off the ball after what was a fantastic start for them. Since that 9-0 defeat to Manchester United, they've been all over the gaff. Like I said, Thomas Tuchel, he's come in and implemented a new way of playing for Chelsea, and they're playing fantastically. I think Timo Werner, we're finally starting to see what he can offer. Getting goals. Oh, at least he scored in the last game. He's providing. He's winning penalties. He's been fantastic recently for Chelsea. And I think if he can continue playing at his level and the level he's playing at the moment, we can see big things from Chelsea. And I think they're going to win this game. I'm going for a 2-1 Chelsea win. Burnley versus West Brom. West Brom and Sam Allardyce are in massive trouble. They sit with only 13 points this season and are 13 points away from survival. And they don't look like winning any games. They look better and they played one of their best games against Manchester United last time out. But that game could have went either way. You could say West Brom's first goal should have been disallowed for a foul on Lindelof. However, they didn't create two great chances, which just the final ball or the shot, they messed up. On the other hand, they could have lost the game because Harry Maguire arguably should have deserved to win a penalty. So it could have went either way. Burnley, look, they smashed Palace 3-0. They were very good in that game. However, I don't know why. I just fancy West Brom in this one. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 West Brom win. Liverpool versus Everton. Of course, it's the Merseyside derby. Liverpool are in a horrific run of form, really, especially at home. They haven't been able to find wins at the moment. However, they did look a lot better in their 2-0 victory over RB Leipzig in the Champions League. Of course, their last league game, they lost to Leicester 3-1. Everton, they're in a bad run of form themselves, of course, losing to Fulham last time out and Manchester City. However, I think Everton will be better, and Liverpool, like I said, they're not at the level that we've seen them at for the last couple of years, and I fancy Everton to nick something. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Fulham versus Sheffield United, both teams in the relegation zone. However, Sheffield United recently have been fairly good results, moving them up the table. Obviously, beating Manchester United, beat West Brom. They are sat just 2 points off of West Brom with 11 points. Fulham are 6 points away from safety. Look, this game is huge. Both teams need to win this game for any chance of survival, really. You need to beat the teams around you if you want to survive. And both teams will need to do it. Josh Maja looks fantastic against Everton, scoring a brace. So it'll be interesting to see how both teams get on. I don't know why, but I fancy Sheffield United to grab one in the end. I'm going for a 1-0 Sheffield United win. West Ham versus Spurs. Now, of course, in the reverse fixture of this game, Manuel Lanzini scored a screamer right at the death to level the scores up at 3-0 after what was a fantastic comeback from West Ham, being 3 goals down. West Ham are currently sat in 5th place, while Tottenham are in 9th, a full 6 points behind the home side. I think, look, Spurs are the better side. Despite being lower in the table, I think Spurs are the better team. And I think it's not going to be a run-of-the-mill game. I think West Ham usually turn up for these type of game. And despite West Ham probably not being as good as a side as Tottenham, I reckon they will get something. I think it'll be another draw. I'm going 1-0. Aston Villa versus Leicester City. I think both these sides are very, very good sides. I think Leicester might struggle a little bit in this game, thanks to the hangover after playing midweek in their 0-0 draw in the Europa League. And I think with Villa being fully rested, I think they're a fantastic team, Leicester. But I think Villa will just edge it in this one, to be honest. I think Jack Grealish is obviously a fantastic player. And against tired defences, I think he can really cause issues. And I think he will. I'm going for a 2-0 home victory. Arsenal versus Manchester City. Now, Mikel Arteta goes up against his former employers and his former boss in Pep Guardiola in what is a huge game for both clubs. Manchester City, of course, want to try and keep or maybe even extend their 10-point lead at the top of the Premier League. Well, Arsenal need anything if they want to even potentially get into a race for top 6 or maybe even top 4. It's just that close. As I said, Arsenal are in 10th right now. Look, they need to win. They're in a good vein of form right now. They need to build on that and keep on winning, getting points on the board. However, Manchester City are incredible, aren't they? They are one of the best teams in the league. Well, they are the best team in the league, potentially even the world. It's going to take something to beat them. And I don't think Arsenal will have enough, to be honest. I'm going for a 2-0 Manchester City win. Manchester United versus Newcastle United. Now, Manchester United, of course, comes to this game off of the back of a fantastic 4-0 victory over Sociedad. That our last league game was at 1-1 draw with West Brom. Now, if you do want to hear more about this game, please do check out the match preview. That will be out on Sunday at 12 o'clock, so make sure you do tune in for that. But I think Manchester United will win this game. I think we should win it quite comfortably. I'm going for a 2-0 Manchester United win. Brighton versus Crystal Palace. Now, this might be the most stupid derby of them all, but it technically is. Look, Brighton are in a good run of form. They're unbeaten in the league since they played Man City on the 13th of January, so that's over a month. Beating both Spurs and Liverpool on the way. Look, they're a fantastic run of form at the moment. While Palace, they got smashed by Burnley, and Burnley aren't amazing going forward. This only tells me Brighton are going to win this game. It's going to be, I think this will be a fairly close one, but I think Brighton will just run away with it 2-1. And the final game is Leeds United versus Southampton. Both sides are very good. Both denying expectations this season. Well, at least Southampton were. They've kind of slipped back after what was a humiliating defeat to Manchester United 9-0. Obviously, I'll keep going back to that. Since that result, they're winless in the Premier League. However, I feel like they could get a point today. I think while these are very good, I feel like Southampton will eventually click back into gear. And I think like this might be the game they'll do it. So I'm going for a 1-1 draw. And this week's player to watch will be Sir Marcus Rashford. Of course, not actually a Sir, but pretty much. He's an absolutely fantastic player, Marcus Rashford. And look, if you watch my watch-alongs, you know he infuriates the hell out of me. But when he's playing at his best, like he did against Sociedad, he's a world-class player. And while his decision-making might not always be brilliant, he seems to get a goal or an assist every single game, regardless of whatever. Regardless of how he's actually playing. And against Newcastle, I think it's a team where he had a lot of success against last season and in the reverse fixture. And I feel like he's going to have a very similar game. So I am going for Marcus Rashford to be my player to watch. Now, anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode of Premier League Preview, please do give it a like and subscribe if you're new and you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell if you haven't already, so you're notified when I go live and when I upload. Anyway, this has been it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.